Uh, okay. So literally, like half an hour ago today, I watched. I'm thinking of ending things. Um, I know I'm late to this one. This came out September 2020, I think. Yeah, sorry. I spent a lot of my time watching shitty horror films from the 80s, so it took me a bit to get to this one. But holy shit, um, exceptional, fucking psychotic. I love it. So I'm gonna try and kind of dance around spoilers. I don't. I'm probably not gonna. I'm gonna fail. So spoilers. I'm just gonna say that spoilers. Um, it's like I'm not sure how to describe. I would. I kind of like. I would deign to call it almost like a psychological surrealist horror film. In that the atmosphere, the themes, like the characterization is really creepy, and although nothing like explicitly horrific happens, there's some like creepy imagery. Um, I think the bit that like gets to me is when you understand the story like on a meta level, it becomes like existentially creepy. Um, so it is on the surface about this woman going with her boyfriend to visit his parents. It's the first time she's meeting them, and like on the trip there, she's thinking like, man, I'm gonna fucking dump his ass. It's just a relationship that's not really working out, so she's thinking of ending things. That's just the name of the movie. Um, but it's just as it goes on, there's this really like details keep changing. Like this is my favorite bit. Her name is constant. Like I can't really name the main character because it's constantly changing. She's Lucy, then she's Louisa, then she's Lucia. Um, and finally at the end, she's fucking Amy. Um, Her job keeps changing. It's whatever makes her most impressive. She's a poet. She's a doctor. She's a physicist. She's studying to do this. She's a waitress. Um, it gets this idea in your head that like something's up. Like on a it's I'm gonna go ahead and spoil the thing. If you want to just skip to like the last 15 seconds to get my score and final thoughts, I guess you can do that. But um, the whole film, the whole like story is a daydream by the actual main character Jake, her boyfriend, who's reimagining like his own life and like things he could have done, and he's just imagining falling in love with a girl and taking her home to meet his parents. On like this like subtextual level, it's really interesting. There's this really cool detail where you get the woman's inner monologue, and every so often she'll think the phrase "I'm thinking of ending things," and whenever she does, Jake interrupts her, or they get to wherever they're supposed to be going, or it's like, "Oh look, we're here. Oh look, it's like there's that thing. Hey, we should turn down this road or whatever," or something will come up, and that's because the janitors intentionally trying not to think about that. Um, it's just the story of a really sad man, whose whole like inner life is shaped by the like the stuff he consumes. Like the main character, or the woman, I should say, um, she is a painter and she paints all these landscapes, but those landscapes are paintings that like the janitor has seen. She quotes movies and books. She's really like knowledgeable, but those are all movies and books that he's read and seen. The janitor's like a very smart guy, but totally socially inept, so he has no friends. They stop by an ice cream place, and the girls staffing it are like students at the school he's a janitor at, and they laugh at him and they mock him, and he's like scared to get ice cream there. Um, God, there's one bit I love where Jake gets out of the car to throw away some the ice cream because it's melting, and he goes to throw it in the dumpster, and like some things go on. But then you see an overhead shot of that dumpster, and it's filled with like the ice cream. Like he threw away two cups, but like the entire dumpster is overflowing, and you get this idea that the janitor's been running the story through his head so many times. They always end up at the school. There's references to the musical Oklahoma. It's incredible. There's all these subtle details. The woman's clothing keeps changing. Jake's clothing changes a little bit. The parents are like rapidly and like rapidly aging in different directions because he's imagining them at different stages of life. It's all just a daydream, so it's nebulous. It's dreamlike. Um, God, it's incredible. It's an amazing film. Sorry I spoiled the whole thing. Hopefully you just skipped here to the 20-second mark. Um, but yeah, it's an incredible film. Um, like rich and like surreal symbolism and imagery, layered references. It's I think my only issue might be with pacing. I feel like we could speed this up a little bit, but beyond that, I love it. 5 out of 5. Hardy rating. Okay. Fuck 12.